Hi, Loren Baker at the SEJ booth here at Pubcon 2015 Vegas with my good buddy Matt Siltala. So welcome to the booth, Matt.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
So before we get into talking about digital marketing, one thing I want to bring up is I saw some pictures from your latest fishing trip to Alaska.
Oh yeah.
And you had caught a halibut that was larger
Than me.
than you.
Yeah.
You're laying next.
That's
to
a
it
nice
in the-
feat.
How large was the halibut?
It was 330 pounds and 85 inches.
How'd you reel that thing in?
Very slowly. Just had a rod and we were worried about the rod breaking, but just slowly and it took about 4 guys to lift it up to the boat. We had to have a couple shark hooks and put a rope through it, and 4 guys hoisted it up, but it was an older one, so it didn't put up as much of a fight, but
Right.
It definitely wasn't easy.
Amazing. So Matt, you're with Avelaunch Media. You guys are really well known for infographics and some cutting edge content marketing. But I heard that you've been speaking on some emerging trends in content marketing, kind of the future of content, right? So
Yeah, the session that I spoke on yesterday was, the title of it was "What's Emerging, new in content marketing for 2015," and instead of doing the same old, let's repurpose this graphic and do that, or let's figure out another way to talk about an infographic or a motion graphic, or things like that. I was like, what can I truly bring that we've been doing this last year that has been different, that has been new for clients, that we've seen that has really been changing the game, a game changer. And so I started putting something together on interactive videos. And I talked about it in all regards, use in pre-roll, and how you can expand your 15-second pre-roll video to 4 minutes or even beyond that, so you get more than what you paid for, depending on how much interaction you get with people on those videos. And so it's a great way to expand, your paid time for that type of stuff. Also, just for viral, and also just data collection, just general information gathering. If you want to know more about sales process, or a funnel leading people from an for an e-commerce site, stuff like that.
is there kind of a choose your own adventure type component?
Exactly. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because every time we talk about this, like that reference to choose your own adventure is made, and we were trying to put a deck together that was a choose your own adventure one, but none of our designers were as familiar with it in time, so we just had to go with superheroes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I was trying to explain to these kids who Ric Flair was yesterday when he was
Woo!
Nature Boy.
Yeah.
So what else are you guys working on over at Avelaunch?
We're just growing rapidly. I mean, we got a really robust PPC team now.
Great.
Our director Luke Alley is doing some great things over there, and of course we got the SEO team growing and doing really well. But a lot of just what we're doing is the creative side of it, the creative content, the visual content.
Right.
Still doing a lot of infographics, still doing a lot of motion graphics, ebooks. Anything visual we're doing and cranking out, and of course the outreach to go along with it. But our process continues to get better.
Do you find that the interactives and the video kind of take you beyond the direct response marketing and more into branding?
Yes.
Things like that?
Yes, absolutely. It gives more of an opportunity, because with infographics or stuff that people want for links or branding or what, you know how it is. I mean, everyone you put out there is not going to be a home run.
Right.
Everyone wants it to go viral, but yeah. And so this gives more of an opportunity to, it gives real good value. Not saying that the other stuff doesn't, but every time this can provide such valuable data for the clients.
And integrate paid into it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Put it out there in front of their specific target audience. Right?
Absolutely.
They can interact in a way that they typically may not on the site.
Right. Yeah.
Great. So Matt, where can we find you online?
I'm on Twitter at Matt with 2 T's _ Siltala, Siltala. Or if you just Google, some variation of that, I'm sure I'll come up. But thanks to friends, you can also find my beard online.
Yes.
on Twitter. It's got its own account.
I've been mesmerized by your beard for the past 5 minutes.
This morning when Rand Fishkin walked in, he said, and someone overheard it on Twitter, but it was funny. He said, "That thing's like a Van Gogh." That's never been said to me before.
There you go. It is a masterpiece. Well, again, Matt Siltala here at the SCJ booth, Pubcon 2015. The Avelaunch booth is right across the way.
So say hi to the Yeti.
Yeah, but it's good to have you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Always good.
Thanks for me. I appreciate it.
This is Kelsey Jones, Executive Editor of Search Engine Journal, and I'm here today with Guy Kawasaki, Chief Evangelist of Canva. Guy, thanks so much for joining us. I know you did a keynote today at Pubcon about personal branding and social media.
Conferences I attended, the speakers were fantastic. The weather here has been amazing. I mean, this location, the hotel.
The thing I'm really liking about the SCJ Summit is the 3 takeaways structure.
Yes.
I'm leaving with way more.
I also like the single session format for conferences.
I agreed to be a speaker here because I think above all else, the quality of people who attend the meeting, something to be said about the fact that you can't just pay to come here. It's by invitation only.
What I've really liked about the speakers is that it's been very well-rounded. We focused on content generation ideas.